that the attack on the El Rifa'i mosque in Kufr Susa is intolerable and that it is time for Syrian President Bashar al-Assad to step down and get out of their way. However, they did acknowledge that the battle to topple him may still be a long one. Nisreen al-Shamaili, Aljazeera, Ramtha on the Jordan-Syria border.
Let's go to Raya Rageh for more on that Arab League summit in Cairo. Raya, as you'll know, we're waiting for that press conference to start in Cairo, but in the meantime, what can you tell us about what you gleaned about the Arab position on Syria from the meeting?
Well, Nick, I can tell you what not to expect. We're not expecting the Arab countries here to freeze Syria's membership the same way they did with Libya after the way Colonel Gaddafi dealt with the protests there. In the opening remarks, the delegates who spoke refrained from directly addressing the Syrian regime, saying the Arab League Secretary General saying he'd rather discuss the issue behind closed doors, but he did refer or allude in general terms to the revolution sweeping the region and saying that the military option can no longer be the way that the aspirations of the young men and women of these regions are dealt with.
As the reality of events unfolds, and from the lessons learned, the use of security and violence with peaceful political movements is futile. We should respond to these demands and speed up the implementation of reform projects Arab governments announced, and which is the safest way to ensure stability for our people. This will provide protection from foreign intervention, which often comes with its own agenda.
Well, in the past few minutes, Nick, we managed to get a copy of the draft resolution put forward by the Arab League here to deal with the Syrian crisis. We understand that this resolution recommended the formation of a ministerial committee of 5 countries, basically Egypt, Jordan, Oman, Tunisia, and Qatar, and the participation, of course, of the Arab League Secretary General to visit Syria in an urgent mission to try to resolve the crisis. The idea here is to find Arab solutions for Arab problems. Now, this draft resolution put forward included very strong language, including trying to put an immediate end to the bloodshed and to resort to the voice of reason before it's too late. Supposedly, this ministerial delegation will go to Syria presenting 14 recommendations, wide-ranging recommendations on reform, including, for example, constitutional reform. But during the session, we understand that there was obviously very strong opposition from the Syrian delegation to this proposal, saying that this would be tantamount to direct intervention in Syrian affairs. It would be very interesting to see in the coming few minutes, as we expect the press conference at the end of this session, which just ended a few minutes ago, what language from this draft resolution ended up being agreed on, and whether the idea to go ahead with this ministerial delegation was indeed approved or not. Nick?
Raya, thanks very much indeed. Back with you just as soon as this starts. That's the scene of the press conference. It's not yet underway, but we will be back there to glean more about what happened at the Arab League meeting this afternoon. Raya, thanks very much indeed. Speak a bit later. It is the anti-corruption protest that's gripped India for nearly 2 weeks now, but starting on Sunday, Aljazeera